Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 11 at the Fairgrounds on Louisiana Derby Saturday is the $400,000 Fairgrounds Oaks. Let's take a look at the field of three-year-old fillies getting set to travel a mile and a 16th. And the leader in the division, the number 6 Finite, Steve Asmussen, Ricardo Santana Jr., bringing a 5-race win streak to the Fairgrounds Oaks. She is going to be a prohibitive favorite, and she's going to be very tough to beat.
Yeah, she should be a short price in this race. She's already a multiple graded stakes winner, and she's just facing a bunch of horses who have an awful lot to prove in races like this.
And from a pace standpoint, I think a lovely trip is coming. We look at the Timeform US pace projector. It's one of those rare gray bar situations. No pace. We think it'll be a glacial pace. The 5 Stop Shop and Tammy is expected to show speed. The good news is the 6 Finite has tactical speed. And I don't think Finite's going to let Stop Shop and Tammy go 53 to the half. I think Finite will be close. She'll have her chances if this pace projector is correct. And if she has her chances, she's doubly tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, the trip certainly is not supposed to get her beat. She's a very tactical horse, and if they go slow early, it's not going to affect her chances at all.
The number 1 is Antoinette. This is a Godolphin homebred trained by Bill Mott, who has won 2 races in a row. Her most recent start at Aqueduct, a race that was washed off of the turf. We'll take a look at that race right now. Antoinette sat off of the pace. I thought she ran really well in this race, Mike, but boy, Bill Mott's showing a lot of confidence running her here.
Yeah, I thought she ran well in this race, too. As a matter of fact, I think she's run well in all 3 of her races, actually. They've never entered her for dirt before this. This will be the first time that Bill might actually entered her in a dirt race, but she handled the main track fine in this Tepin right here, Dan. Sat right in behind, got through on the inside, and she won that race very easily. Ears straight up at the end of that race. It didn't get much of a figure, but this filly looks like she has some talent.
French Rose is the number 2, stretching out off this 7-furlong victory in a starter optional claimer at Santa Anita, a race in which she went close to the pace and she was able to finish it off, but this is not the greatest field in the world. The runner-up did come back to win a starter optional, but only with the 61 Buyers speed figure. I do wonder if Mitchell Merle realizes there's not a lot of pace in this race. This filly is eligible to show stretch-out speed, and maybe for at least a little while tries to control this up front.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they'll probably try and come out of there running with this horse and see what happens. I don't think she's good enough to win this race, Dan. She won that race fairly easily last time, but it wasn't, some kind of super impressive or super fast victory.
The 3 Tempers Rising is going to try to turn the tails on Finite. She is unable to beat her in the 2 prior meetings at the Fairgrounds. Last time out in the Rachel Alexandra, just didn't see any excuse. Was sitting by herself in the back, came widest in the stretch, and just lacked a little bit of a punch. And the fact that she has no pace whatsoever really works against her.
Yeah, the projected pace anyway, probably works more against her than anybody else in this field. And she feels like she's going to need some help if she's going to win this race too. I just didn't think she ran that well in the Rachel Alexandra last time, Dan. I liked the ride Leparoux gave her. That's her running style to take her back. He just followed British Idiom into the race. And I don't know, just didn't really have any kind of finish to the stretch. I was pretty disappointed in her effort last time.
Bonnie South is the number 4, shipping back to the Fairgrounds for trainer Brad Cox, and it might be a 180-degree different pace situation than the one Bonnie South received in her most recent start. Let's go back to that race at Oakland. They were cooking with gas early. This horse on the lead, the favorite, was just a runoff. You see Bonnie South in the Juddmonte colors swinging to the outside, and she's going to run down a very game She Dares the Devil, a horse that made the first move into the teeth of the pace. She Dares the Devil flattered this form by coming back to win the Grade 3 Honeybee at Oaklawn with an 80 Buyers speed figure. I think Bonnie South is pretty good, but listen, this is a horse that benefited from the pace last time out.
Yeah, she really did. I mean, that trip had everything to do with her win last time. Not that she didn't beat a decent horse and She Dares the Devil. Just feels like things are going to be different this time, Dan. And I think even with that race that she ran last time, she has to improve again, and she's probably not getting the same kind of setup.
I think Stop Shop and Tammy's a little bit interesting simply because she's got a gorgeous pedigree. Being by Tap It out of Miss Shop, she was thought very highly of as a 2-year-old. Listen, this is a Phil Bauer first-time starter at Saratoga that goes off 2-1 against Wicked Whisper, who ends up being a Grade 1 winner as a 2-year-old. And after that race, something didn't work out. They brought her back to the fairgrounds. That was a nice comeback. She just got a nice, easy lead. She was able to relax. I think she's better than that 70 buyer. Lasix on. She's going to get to the front. Listen, she must improve by leaps and bounds to beat Finite, but I think there's something here for the long term.
I agree with all that stuff. I liked her maiden win quite a bit last time. Just very strong in front in that race. This is just such a tough spot with Finite in here, but I won't be surprised if this filly improves again, and especially down the line, as you say, she might be more of a longer term prospect.
And of course, the horse to beat is the number 6 Finite. Any one of her last 4 Beyer speed figures are faster than anything the rest of the field has ever run. Her Rachel Alexandra was really a powerhouse performance that just showed she's the kind of filly that can get those trips. She can get their tactical speed right up close to the pace. And when the button was pushed, she finished off British Idiom, the champion, pretty easily. Yes, it was British Idiom's first start off with a layoff, but Finite should work out another good trip in here. We take a look at our top selections. I really don't want to have a lot of money in against Finite. She would have 95% of my money in multiple race wagers. I am a little interested in the Juddmonte filly Bonnie South, though. I'm a little bit concerned about the pace scenario. I did notice at the fairgrounds 2 starts back, she was a bit close when in against the now sidelined O Serafino, who has some ability. She's an unlikely winner. Finite's way the horse to beat.
Yeah, I'm just not going to pick against her, Dan. She just looks too good for this field right now. The trip is supposed to work out for her. And I'm just not going to bet against this horse. If I was going to take a shot, I might give a little look to Antoinette because I do think she has a lot of upside.
Fairgrounds Oaks, race number 11 on Louisiana Derby Saturday, has an approximate post of 4:15 Central. Good luck.